Hi, my name is Megan Huber, and welcome to this week's business training episode. We are going to be talking about the 3 must-have systems to grow and scale your business. If this is your first time joining me, I want to welcome you. We're so excited to have you here. Again, my name is Megan Huber, and I work with women entrepreneurs who are building service-based businesses, and I help them grow and scale with ease and less stress to 6 and multiple 6 figures in 12 months or less. And we do that with simplicity. We do that without all the complexity, the confusion, all the noise, all the tools, all the tactics. We really focus on simplicity, structure, and strategy. And we absolutely love helping women entrepreneurs build their businesses by structuring their lives first and then building a business around their desired life. So we're so excited to have you. Go ahead and get out your notepad and something to write with, because this is going to be an epic training for you today. You know, systems really have the power to create a lot of predictability inside of your business. You know, when you think of people like the Brendon Burchards of the world and Amy Porterfield and Marie Forleo and Tony Robbins, they have a really great track record. They've been around for 10, 15, 20 years, even more if you're looking at Tony Robbins. And most of them are offering the same programs and courses and live events year after year after year after year. If you look at Marie Forleo, she offers B School. It's her main offering every single year, and she's been doing it for years. Same program every single year. Amy Porterfield has 3 main courses that she's been selling every single year, I believe for about the last 6 years. Brendon Burchard, he's been offering the same live events, the same courses, a lot of the same offers year after year after year. And one has to think, how do these people crush it every single time they offer a program? But not just any program, they're offering the same program with the same message, with the same solution over and over and over again. And every single time they launch those programs, fill those live events, fill those masterminds, those groups, those courses, they're crushing it. You know, of course, there are always ebbs and flows financially in our business. Not every launch goes as well as the previous launch. But if you look at those track records, they have figured out what system really works. Well, how did they do that? And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So if you're joining me and you are a woman entrepreneur, I've worked with thousands of women entrepreneurs over the last 8 years as their unfair advantage, as their secret sauce, as their mystery behind the scenes, and really helping people get out of all the tactics and into thinking more strategically, thinking more higher level than where you might be finding yourself on a daily basis in your business. So some of the things you might be experiencing if you've been at this for a few years. Number one, you have probably experienced burnout to some degree over the last few years. Now, if you're like me, I am recovering from a pattern of burnout over the last 15 to 20 years of my life. It actually started back in high school. It is so easy, and I see it all the time, women entrepreneurs burning themselves out because they don't actually have proper systems and processes in their business that allow them to actually live life and not just constantly be working in their business 10 or 12 hours a day and then putting in work on the weekends, or structuring their business model in a way that their business can't function, can't run, can't generate leads, can't make sales, can't deliver what they sold unless they are present and active in real time. And that's really where I come in and help women go from trading all the dollars for hours, not being able to leave their cell phone or their computer and walk away to actually go live life, and their business is actually still functioning, and not just functioning, but it's generating leads and it's making sales and programs are being delivered. And I absolutely love that. So perhaps you have experienced some burnout to some level or degree, or maybe you are like literally on the edge and you are teetering, and you know if you just take one more step, like you are in full-on burnout. And what I've seen happen to so many women when they reach this place is they take their foot all the way off the gas of the marketing, and they need to take weeks, sometimes months away from their business. They'll still deliver what they sold, but they'll come back 2 or 3 months later. And what's happened is they have so inconsistently shown up in front of their community and in front of their audience. They have inconsistently shared a message, a marketing message. They have inconsistently been making offers because they took their foot off the marketing and sales gas pedal. And now they feel like they are starting all over again. And they are having to expend so much energy and effort and attention re-revving up those marketing and sales wheels while they are now delivering. And 60, 90 days later, some maybe 5 or 6 months later, they find themselves right back to where they were before, and they're in burnout land. And this same cycle I've just described just keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. So perhaps you've experienced that before, perhaps more than once. Hopefully I'm catching you and you haven't experienced that, so we can prevent that from even happening. The other thing that possibly you're experiencing, which I don't think possibly, you probably are, if you have a business, more than likely you are signing up for coaching programs, you're buying courses, you're probably on Facebook, you're probably on Instagram or LinkedIn or Pinterest or wherever it is that you are building a community, you are creating brand awareness, you are giving away free value. Not only are people like you and me coaching and leading and teaching and guiding and building a business, but we are also consumers. We are also consuming a lot of information from a lot of other gurus, experts, and coaches and service providers and trainers online every single day. We are seeing marketing messages, we are seeing information, we're seeing great value, and we're also seeing a lot of sales pitches every single day. And it's getting really, really noisy. And for some of you, maybe you're feeling like, gosh, like where do I fit in all of this? It's so noisy. The market seems so saturated. Is anybody even going to listen to my message? That's part of it. And the other part is we're all being told so many different ways to build and grow and scale our business. And, you know, I'm seeing so many people who are taking courses, which is great. I love taking courses. I love buying courses. I love investing in myself. I love being in masterminds. I love, I just hands down love building my business, but investing in other coaches and other courses and programs that I need and masterminds and live events and retreats so that I can grow to the next level. So I am all for that. And I will always suggest that you invest in yourself with coaches and courses as well. But here's what I want to say. What has happened to a lot of folks, and possibly you, is that we are hearing so many things that we should be doing that we're jumping the gun a little bit on what we're actually saying yes to. For example, I've seen so many people go sign up for courses that are teaching tactics that work. And those are amazing tactics. And there's nothing wrong with them. But where you might have been in your business and in your journey, whether it's your list size or the price points you were selling or how consistent you had been or what your previous marketing efforts had been or what your ability to sell is or how skilled you are at copywriting and being able to convert through spoken word on the camera, on the mic, on the stage, or through email or social media posts or webinars or what have you, it actually wasn't where it needed to be. It wasn't at the level where whatever you were taught was going to actually work for you. And that's the thing that I have seen really trip up so many entrepreneurs is you're saying yes to things, mostly tactics, that you can't even deploy in your business because your business isn't actually where it needs to be in order for you to effectively and efficiently deploy those things and optimize them in a way that's going to give you a return and a high return on that actual investment. And then you're disappointed and then you feel dejected and then you're down on yourself and then you go looking for the next tactic, the next coach, the next expert, the next person who looks like they've got it going on. And so you go figure out how to do that. You deploy it in your business, it doesn't work, and then you're on to the next. You can call it shiny object syndrome, you can call it chasing squirrels, you can call it fear of missing out, whatever you want to call it. You have just been so inundated with all the noise that you don't even know sometimes which way to turn. What you're doing is working to the degree that it's working. But if you keep going at this like burnout and chasing shiny object way of running your business, you can't be consistent with it. you're not going to be able to build a sustainable business. And I want you to have an insanely solid foundation so that we can get you to a place where you are scaling to multiple six figures and then on to seven figures. And what I know about you is you actually see yourself there. You can visualize yourself standing on the stage. You can visualize yourself filling rooms. You can visualize yourself hosting retreats all over the world. You can visualize yourself running group programs that have 50 people or 100 people or even more people in them. You can see yourself launching courses. You can see yourself serving thousands of people. You can see yourself leading a team. You can see yourself rocking it with your community. And you're a little concerned, perplexed, kind of wondering, like, why am I not already there yet? Because maybe you're brand new at this, or maybe you're not. Maybe you've been doing this for a little while. You've had those 10K months. Maybe you've even had a 20K month, but something has not quite clicked for you. So, the number one question that I tend to get, and the number one question that you might actually be asking yourself on a daily basis is this: what am I supposed to be doing in my business every day so that I can create, generate, get the results that I have said I wanted for the last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? I mean, we work with people who've been in business for as little as a few months, all the way up to people who've been in business for as much as 20 years and everything in between. And it doesn't matter who, it's like no one's immune to asking me that question or asking that question to themselves. What am I supposed to do today to get my business to the next level? What am I supposed to do today to generate more quality leads? What am I supposed to do today to make more sales? What am I supposed to do today to have that multiple 4, multiple 5, or multiple 6-figure launch? And you're probably asking yourself that. So I want to address that today. One of the reasons why it's not happening is because there is a lack of systems. So where did things go wrong? I don't like to spend a lot of time on, okay, why are things not working? I don't like to keep going back to the past and rehashing that. But I do think it's helpful if you kind of have an understanding of, okay, where did things go wrong so that I don't make that same mistake again? So I've narrowed this down to 3 main areas that possibly it's gone wrong for you and you haven't generated that 6-figure or multiple 6-figure year after year after year after year. And I'm really happy to say that when Shawn and I came back into this current business in January of 2017, at the date that we're recording this, it's been 2.5 years. I had a business prior in 2012, 2013. And then I actually let that business go because I wanted to work for another company that was generating millions of dollars every single year, a company that was really similar to the kind of company that I saw myself building. And I was able to do that. I actually worked for one of my mentors for almost 4 years, and I played a lot of different roles behind the scenes. And it also afforded me the opportunity to work with thousands of women. So when we came back on the scene in January 2017 on our own with our company Structured Freedom, which is the same company we had years ago, we were able to generate multiple 6 figures in less than 5 months, and then went on to double that throughout the rest of the year. And then every single year after that, we've been able to generate multiple 6 figures all over again. And for the last 24, 30, 31 months, we have had a multiple 5-figure month for the last 31 months in a row. That is sustainability, and that's where I want to get you. That has not been easy to do. So I am not the coach who's going to tell you, you can have whatever you want if you just sit on the couch and meditate and wave your magic wand and look into your crystal ball and it's just going to happen. We work hard. I'm on vacation right now with my husband's side of the family, and we have gone to the pool every day. Yes. But we've also put in, 3, 4, 5 hours of work every day that we've been here. I'm sitting here right now recording this video, and I'm putting in the work. So there are times when you have to do the things that you don't really want to do. I mean, I could be sitting at the pool right now. We're at a really amazing resort in Orlando, Florida. We do work hard over here, but we do it with fun. We do it with ease. We do it with joy. We do it with a positive attitude, and we do it with plans. We do it with a roadmap. We do it with strategy. We're not stuck worrying, how am I going to grow this thing? And what am I going to do next month? And what am I going to do next year to keep growing this? And that's where I'm finding so many people, that's where they're living. They keep saying to themselves, I don't know what direction to go in next so that I can build this thing in a way that's sustainable month over month, year over year. So where did things go wrong? I've got 3 places where I think it might have gone wrong for you. Number 1 is you didn't document. You've already had success. And I think that what's happened to a lot of folks is we've seen people talk so much on social media in their free presentations, just like I'm doing right here, where you're hearing me say, yeah, in my first year back, we did multiple 6 figures in the first 5 months. And you'll hear other people have $1 million launch or a 6-figure launch and build a list of 25,000 people in a time frame that seems like overnight. And we think that those people, or maybe you even think that I was just able to do that so easily, and I just knew how to do that, and I didn't have to put forth all this effort to do that. And that's actually incorrect. Not everybody crushes it in their first launch. In fact, I have heard people who have multiple 7-figure businesses who teach people how to launch, or they teach people how to make sales at the end of webinars, or they teach people how to build online courses that, hey, look, the first time you launch, you might make $0. The second time, maybe you make a little bit more. It's really not until the 5th or 6th time of you launching a program in whatever, conversion event that you're setting up, that you're actually going to really produce some pretty amazing results. So if you've had a launch and you made $5,000, give yourself a pat on the back. If you've had a launch and you made $20,000, give yourself a pat on the back. If you've been making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month or more, that's amazing. We just need to make a few tweaks. So I know if you're listening to me right now, you know how to be successful. Even if it's not in certain areas of your business, you've been successful in life, whether it's at the gym, whether it has been playing sports, whether it was a previous job that you had, whether it was organizing something, functions for a nonprofit, or volunteering somewhere. You've been a leader somewhere. Maybe you are an amazing parent and you are a parent of multiple children. And I get it. We've got a daughter who's 8 and we are the parents of only 1 child, but we're running her all over the place doing things. Maybe you've got more than 1 kid. So don't come to trainings like this and think that you have not been successful at some point in your life. You do know. And oftentimes I'll have people come to me and say, I don't know how to do this in my business. I don't know how to be successful in my business. And then I find out they've been successful in some other area of their lives. And I'll say, well, how did you do it there? And they'll tell me so quickly. And I'll say, well, what do you think is any different over here in your business? It's all the same. So one of the problems that I'm seeing with a lot of women entrepreneurs is they're having success. They're downplaying the success that they had. They're scratching it because they think that it wasn't successful as it should have been, when in actuality, they're so on the right track. And they don't know how to duplicate and improve the results that they just got. And the reason for that is because they're not documenting every single day and every single step of the way to find out, like, okay, what produced those $5,000 that month, or what produced that $50,000 launch. And because it's not documented and because they don't know, they can't actually duplicate those results. So that's number 1. Are you not documenting? And if you're not documenting, I want you to start doing that today. Number 2, you're in the weeds. So what does that mean? I call it being in the weeds. So when I was in college, I was a hostess at the Holiday Inn Sunspree Resort in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. I worked there for 3 years. I was the hostess with the mostest. And one of the sayings they would always say back in the kitchen is that either the cook or the waiters, when they were like scrambling around and they couldn't keep up and they needed somebody to come in and help them, the lingo I would always hear them say is, oh, they're in the weeds. And they just had so much going on that they couldn't see like the forest through the trees. They couldn't get themselves out of that and like defrazzle and defrustrate themselves to be able to just go out there and perform really, really well like they already knew how to do. So what does that actually look like in your business? Being in the weeds in your business means that day to day, you are focusing on the minutia and the details and the tactics of your business. Those things do not make money in your business. So you're focused on the details, the minutia, and the tactics instead of focusing on strategy, higher level thinking, and the income producing activities in your business. So number 2 is you're in the weeds. Number 3 is you've just been inconsistent. Why are you not where you want to be? Because you've been inconsistent either with your message or who your ideal client is, or the way in which you are launching your programs keeps changing every single time you launch, or you've been inconsistently making offers, or you've been inconsistently marketing and showing up and deploying an actual marketing plan. So number 3 is inconsistent. Number 1, you didn't document. Number 2, you've been in the weeds too long. And number 3, you just haven't been in a consistent rhythm. I call it, you've got no rhythm, right? That's being really inconsistent. There's essentially just no glue that's really sticking everything together in your business. So what happens is you're waking up every single day and you've got no systems in place. So every single day, that's what causes you to get inconsistent and to be stuck in the weeds. What causes you to not document it is you're just choosing not to document. Now, what are these systems? I'm going to dive into what those 3 are and why systems work so well. So you'll find about me, if you are new to Structural Freedom and to my work, or even to my husband's work, is we are kind of no fluff people. We like to get down to business. We are direct, we're honest, we're transparent, we can be blunt. And the name of our company is Structured Freedom. So I'm not the coach who's just going to say, be in free flow and wake up every single day and just figure out what you want to talk about today. You can have anything you want without doing anything or taking any action, without implementing, without executing. People come to me because they want results. And to get results, yeah, I believe in things like law of attraction. I believe in things like faith. I pray to God. And I also execute and take action. I also plan. I have a roadmap, and I know what offers I'm making, how I'm going to actually make those offers, when I'm going to make those offers. I know what my marketing plan looks like, and I know exactly what my daily, weekly, and monthly marketing, sales, and delivery system is going to look like. And that creates so much freedom in our lives because I'm not waking up every day, spending hours up here, expending my energy and my thought life and my bandwidth and my time thinking about and trying to dream up what the heck am I going to do today in my business so that I stay in front of my community. And I used to be that way though. I have gone through times in my career and in my business where that is exactly how I operated every single day. And I was still able to make money that way. And I was still able to function that way, but it was not happy. It was miserable. I was frustrated. It led to burnout. There was a lot of worry, a lot of doubt, and a lot of fear. And I was spending so much time doing things in my business on the fly just to stay in front of people that were not actually producing the level of results that I could have been producing. And I basically had no life all at the same time, right? So let's make it easier for you. When you've got a system, all you have to do in your business every single day is wake up, go look at your calendar and the system that you have actually created, and you go implement it. There's no guessing. There's no trying to figure it out. There's no worrying about, oh my gosh, it's 3 o'clock and I haven't made a post yet. People are going to like go to the other coach and hire them, right? Let's stop all that from happening. So the first system that you must have in place to grow and scale your business to 6 and multiple 6 and even 7 figures, the first one is a marketing system. So what goes into your marketing system? That's things like, what platforms are you going to be engaging with your audience on? What kind of community are you going to build, and where are you going to build that community? And how are you going to show up in front of that community? Build relationships with that community, engage with that community. How are you going to generate leads on a daily basis? How are you going to build your list? What is the customer journey going to look like for your audience? What is your content plan? What is your launch strategy? What does your marketing calendar look like? How are you going to manage your community? Basically, what is your marketing domination plan going to actually look like? And that's a lot of stuff right there. I didn't even list out everything that is part of your marketing system. And if you're waking up every single day and you're trying to figure out the answers to all those questions, 7 days a week, you are tiring yourself out. It is unsustainable. You will not be able to scale and sustain scalability over the long term consistently in your business if you're flying by the seat of your pants like this. I don't care who anyone is or what they teach. If they're teaching spirituality, if they're teaching law of attraction, if they're teaching kumbaya, if they're teaching fluffy stuff, if they're teaching wake up and flow, I practice all those things myself. I take courses on all those things from those people. Some of those people are my friends, and some of those people are my colleagues. Some of them are my mastermind partners. But guess what? Behind the scenes, they've got systems in place. Those people, regardless of what they're actually teaching, they know what their metrics are. They know what their marketing calendar is. They actually know what their business is going to look like for the next 2, 3, 5, even 10 years down the road. They know exactly what levers they need to pull in their business to generate the number of leads they need to hit the financial goals that they have for the programs they're launching. They use funnels. They use paid advertising, some of them. They are leveraging their audience. They're monetizing their audience. They've got systems in place so that they can live the life they want to live. So no matter what your, mojo is or your message is in your business, systems are still in place. Everybody has a system. Even the person who is doing everything in flow, that is a system, right? So the first system is a marketing system. Number 2 is your sales system. Number 1, who's going to do your sales? Is it going to be you? Are you going to hire a sales team? How are you going to vet people to be a great prospect for you? How do you decide who you actually get on a call with and who you don't get on a call with? When are you going to have those sales conversations? What does your sales process look like? What does your sales process look like before the sales call, during the sales call, and after the sales call? What is your follow-up system? How are you going to follow up with people? What platform are you going to use? What form of communication are you going to use? These are all things that you want to know. The reason why you want to have a system in place, especially for before your call, during your call, and after your call, is because you want to be able to duplicate your sales. If you're showing up to sales calls and you've got no sales flow, no system that you're following, no sales process, then you have no idea what is creating the sales and what isn't. Even people who are following their intuition in their sales conversations, which my husband and I both do, we also have a sales process that we use, and we interject energy and intuition and all kinds of other things into that. But we have a foundational system and process that we're following. One of the biggest things that I'm seeing with a lot of entrepreneurs who are chasing after clients after they've had sales conversations with them or after they submitted proposals, I'll ask them the question and I'll say, well, what's your sales process? And they'll say, well, what do you mean? And when someone says, well, what do you mean? When I ask the question, what's your sales process? I know they don't have one. And what's happening is the prospect is actually leading you through their process of how they want to do things. And you have just depositioned yourself as the leader because you've got no process in place. Now you're chasing. Now you're trying to get somebody on the phone. Now you're trying to get somebody to make a decision. And it's 3 and 4 and 5 weeks later, and you still don't have a decision, and you still don't have money in your pocket, and you still don't have that client, right? That's because there's no process in place. Your third system that you have to have in place is a delivery system. How are you actually going to deliver your offers once you have sold them? Is it going to be you? How much of your time is it going to take? Do people get your live time? Are you going to record videos, record trainings? What are your price points? What are the offers? Do you need community managers? Do you need associate coaches? Are you going to have video? Are you going to have audio? Or are you going to have Facebook groups? How are you going to get the community really going? So the 3 main systems are your marketing system, your sales system, and your delivery system. And when you have systems in place for each one of those, and you're documenting and you're tracking and you're measuring your progress, you always know which lever to pull in your business so that you can tweak, so that you can adapt, so that you can rinse and repeat and duplicate. Wouldn't it be so cool when you get yourself to a place where you can literally predict how much money you're going to make every single month, how much money your launches are going to produce, how many clients you're going to welcome in any of your programs, whether it is a group program or it's one-on-one or it's a course, exactly how much money you're going to put towards Facebook ads, exactly how often you need to be showing up in front of your community. You can actually predict those things. You want to be able to predict those things because you want to have systems in place that are designed to scale and build your business that are duplicatable, so that you're not dreaming things up, so that you can actually go take time off, so that you can step away from your business, so that you can go on more vacations, right? I want you to be able to do all these things. And I know it's why you started a business in the first place. So if you're someone who has found yourself and you've been in business for a little while, you're a service-based entrepreneur, and you know that you know that you know you are ready to grow and scale in a way that is effective for you, in a way that is in alignment with you, and you like the tune of what you're hearing here about structure, about systems, about alignment, about optimizing what you're doing, then definitely reach out to me. You can email me at info@structuredfreedom.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook, private message, or you can send me a direct message on Instagram if that's how you like to communicate. And let's have a conversation. Right now in our business, we have 2 ways that you can work with us in the month of July 2019. We have opened up 4 seats in our highest level business mastermind. This is for people who are on track to do 6 and multiple 6 figures this year. And this is a really, really intimate group. It is a year-long commitment, and it is a multiple 5-figure investment. So if you want to be with a small, intimate group of movers and shakers and go-getters who are really going for it in their business, and you understand the power of community and masterminding, we have that option available for you. The other option that we currently have available right now for business coaching is VIP days. This is something that I freaking love. I absolutely love hosting VIP days because I can spend 6 to 8 hours with you, and we will literally map out and reverse engineer your business for the next 3 to 5 years. We'll create the systems, we'll create the marketing plan, we'll make sure you are crystal clear on your offers and your price points, the kind of community that you desire to build, and you'll know exactly what levers to be pulling in your business. You know exactly when and where and how to be showing up on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. And you will be implementing like never before, but you will not be working your tail off 10 to 12 hours a day. In fact, I only work about 5 to 6 hours a day in my business every single week, which is about 25 to 30 hours, which is very different from what I used to do. And I was pulling 70 or 80-hour work weeks and absolutely had no life. My daughter had no mom, and my husband had no wife, and I had no life. And I don't want that for you. So if you love the sound of a shot in the arm, and you want to have a big picture strategy and strategic vision and reverse engineer your plan and leave with a roadmap, then the VIP day might be an option for you. It might be more affordable than our highest level mastermind, which is Rise to Legendary. So if either one of those sound good to you, and you'd like to have a very serious conversation about whether or not you're a good fit for either one of those, and we will always be the first to tell you if we are not a good fit, or if you are not a good fit, we'll even refer you to someone else that we think might be. We're not afraid to do that. Then reach out. You can email me at info@structuredfreedom.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Megan J. Huber. Definitely join our Facebook group if you're not in there. It's totally free. We do a lot of free value in there. The name of it is Structured Freedom for Entrepreneurs. You can also find me on Instagram at Megan J. Huber and send me a DM there. So I hope you love today's training. I'd love to hear what your takeaways are, so be sure to put them in the comments below, and I cannot wait to be with you next week.